Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I have a really fun video for you guys today. Check this out. Here is an article from Yahoo Finance and it starts, should I sell my house now before prices crash or wait for the next big real estate boom? So here is a very good question. You know, a lot of people ask this question. Is it time to sell? You know, they see the home prices going, skyrocketing in the last, few years, and they want to cash in on those profits. Now, there is a lot to take in, right? This is a big decision for a lot of people. I mean, real estate is not, selling a house is not like selling your Apple stock, right? Totally different, right? There's so many things that have to happen. And at the end of the day, you have to move, right? Moving comes with a lot of challenges for a lot of people, and where you're moving to is very challenging. Just the process of boxing everything up, and getting everything ready is a process. So it's not like a, snap your fingers kind of thing. So for those people who are thinking, right, they have already decided, this is the time to sell, or what, should I wait? Well, there are some good tips on this article, and I'm kind of gonna go over some of what I think too, like my own personal idea. It kind of says, is it a good time to sell? Let's go through what this part says. Though many leading indicators might suggest we're entering a cool-off, a handful of critical factors make now a good time to sell, assuming you're ready to list. Demand. Homes may be on the market for longer, but demand remains relatively high, and housing inventory remains low compared to previous years. Some parts of the U.S. remain in bidding war territory. Utah, Washington, Florida continues to see a 20+% appreciation, where sellers can expect offers above asking price. Now, all cash. If you live in a low inventory market where buyers outnumber properties, sellers can expect to cash in. Sometimes literally all cash offers. Market is hot right now, which is great news for sellers because cash offers typically speed up the path towards closing. Yeah, closing sometimes could take a long time. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And rising rates. So the rates kind of went down in the last 2 weeks. So that's actually pretty good, and it made mortgages kind of jump. A good time to wait. There's good reasons to sell, but there are just as many reasons to hold tight. Your own plans. What happens if your home sells quickly? Do you have plans to proceed from the sale? Do you need to begin and hunt for a new place? That's totally true, right? Also, if you get a new mortgage, you will be paying a little bit more for that mortgage right now, depending if you refinance when it was, low, and the rising rates will make it more difficult. So basically, you might be trading, your place for another place of equal value because the houses are still relatively high. If you're asking for my opinion, if you're holding on to a property and you don't know if you want to buy or if you want to hold or sell it right now, I would say, because inflation is doing what it's doing, I don't think it's a bad time to hold if you have a property. Now, if you were able to refinance last year and now you're financing your mortgage is like super low, that's great. That's another reason why not to sell. And I would agree with that. Now, why would you want to sell? I would say if you have a big house and you're looking to downsize, this could be a great time to sell. Why? Because, you would be basically, cashing in as much money as possible from that bigger house, right? And it will give you more profit. And then if you downsize, that money could really go far. Now, if you were planning to do that, I would definitely, sell, get the most you can for your house, and then I would just kind of hang out and watch the market for the next year, talking to your accountant, making sure that you don't have to pay capital gains or whatnot, figuring that part out, but definitely kind of waiting before jumping back into the market. Because remember, as soon as you sell your house, now you just went from being a seller to now being a buyer because you got to move somewhere else. And not to mention that the freaking rent is like through the roof right now. It's crazy high. So that kind of could create some challenges. So I think that there are definitely people that are going to be able to benefit in this market if they sell. Now, I don't think it's going to be for most people. If anybody took out seconds on their home last year when the mortgage rates were really low, they might get kind of screwed because basically they owe more on their property, and now depending on how much they took out, if they took out the max, you could see that they're starting to become go underwater, right? So there's all different kind of elements happening now. One thing that is happening is we are going into the winter months where supply technically, it's lower and prices usually go lower, right? Supply goes low, buyers go low, the whole thing kind of slows down. We'll see what the impact has. Now, the biggest thing for me is really inflation, right? Why is inflation to me so important? Is because basically the value of the dollar is becoming less and less, right? Everything is becoming more and more expensive. So now, people who are renting, it's going to be harder for them to save up to buy a house because they're spending more to live. People that have a house, they might not they're not going to be motivated to sell because they know that as soon as they jump back into the market, everything is still very expensive, right? They might want to hold on to that property to hedge against inflation. And we might just have not that many buyers, because less and less people are going to be able to qualify for those for such high prices in the housing market right now. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this video. I just wanna say a big thank you to everyone who's been watching my videos, commenting, supporting me. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're new to this channel and you like my videos, please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and go ahead and like and leave a comment. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys and I'll see you on the next video.